A lot of teams right now are really reluctant into playing Vertigo, but there are a couple teams like G2 and Heroic who are really strong. Helping Heroic with their 80% win rate on Vertigo is Teses with his fantastic opening kills, and every time he's engaged in the opening kill, he has a 50% chance to win it, which is actually really good. Hey, I'm Smirky, and today I want to look at Teses and how he takes ramp control on the T side of Vertigo, so let's begin. Let's have a look at his starting utility. Commonly, Teses will either throw a smoke or a Molotov, but will most commonly do a smoke. At the start of the round, he's going to come over to the bridge, aim here, and left click throw. This smoke will land just behind the sandbags, making it so if any CTs were wanting to peek from crane, they have no vision if someone's behind it or gone towards yellow. Once again, we can see Teses is going to use the exact same smoke, and it will combine this with a HE. If there was any CTs towards this area or towards second ramp, they're going to be dealt a bit of damage if they're going to push through. But you can see in this round, Teses is going to use this smoke as a shield. He's going to creep behind it, waiting for any pushes through either ramp or towards yellow. But as you know about Vertigo, it is smoke spam simulator, and Teses is going to get spammed by Glaive. An alternative smoke you can do to create a one-way towards yellow is this one right here. In this round, Teses is going to come towards the corner of the bridge. He's going to aim right here and jump throw. The flashbang will force any CTs peeking from ramp or top of crane away from the angle. And from the T's perspective, you can creep towards yellow and use it to kill any CTs pushing down it or who are playing towards crane. This smoke is really good if you want to be stubborn and make the CTs struggle to have ramp control. But after he's thrown the smoke, he's going to play passive. He is going to throw this HE, which he does miss. However, if he aimed higher or threw a Molotov, it would land towards this general area towards second ramp, making it really difficult for the CTs to hold on to it. In this round, Teses is going to use the exact same smoke, but in this round he's not going to use it. And he's going to throw a flashbang and a HE. As mentioned before, he wants to make it really difficult to gain ramp control, and this HE will deal damage to any CTs hiding in the yellow corner. Now maybe instead you don't want to use a smoke, but you might want to use a Molotov. Well, Teses may use a Molotov if he wants to play a bit more aggressive. In this round he's going to throw his Molotov towards second ramp, and this will force Astralis to either peek from device or crane if they want to contest ramp control. In this round, Teses is going to combine a bit of utility. He's going to throw the crane smoke, then we'll try to combine this with a second round Molotov, but does miss the Molotov unfortunately. But all these pieces of utility is really hard to handle as a CT, and most commonly will force the CTs to respect it. Now whenever Teses goes towards ramp, he will either be really aggressive or he will be passive. Let's first have a look at what he does when he wants to be passive. In this round he's throwing his utility and he's going to be waiting towards the bottom of ramp. From here he's going to be holding this slight little angle, and commonly if the CTs were to push down, they're going to be shifting, making it a really easy target for you to hit. And this angle is going to work really well, as Glaive is going to shift down and will eventually get the kill onto him. Another angle you can play is behind this box. This box is something Teses will use quite commonly if he wants to play passive towards ramp. And in this round it's going to work really well, as the box that Teses is hiding behind will block the flash from Astralis, making it so when BlameF runs through the smoke, Teses can clearly see him and will get the kill. Maybe you don't want to play around the boxes, well you can use the bridge. In this round Teses is going to play around this area right here, and I really like it when he goes towards his back position right here, as I feel like it's more difficult to hit you as a CT due to how slim and uncommon the angle is, unlike Teses where he only needs to aim at one area. And in this round specifically, he's going to be here for a really long time, waiting for Heroic to make their way back. In this round we have another example of the bridge being used. Teses and Refresh are going to play really passive. Teses is going to look at this wall, making sure if the CTs were to flash down, he wouldn't get affected. Meanwhile he's trusting Refresh to hold the angle, so if they contacted down, he has a teammate holding his back. At the start of the round, it can be common for Teses to go right up towards ramp and start challenging. In this round, he's going to throw smoke towards sandbags, which will block vision from crane and second ramp. Meanwhile, his teammate and Refresh will throw a smoke towards yellow to help him try and get a kill. And once he's thrown the smoke, he's also going to combine this with a Molotov, which should land towards the second ramp, but doesn't in this round. And in my opinion, I think it causes the fault in the round. And BlameF reacts by throwing a Molotov right in front of the smoke, forcing Teses to respect it. While Teses waits for the smoke, Caden's going to get ready to flash him through. But it looks like Teses is a bit undecided on what he wants to do. As Refresh dies, he tries to go for the trade, but the smokes are blocking him, so he's going to commit with the flash from Caden. So when Kaden throws the flashbang, BlameF does get blind, but because there's no Molotov towards the second ramp, he can get back into his angle and hold for the smoke. If you look at this through BlameF's POV, he's going to get blinded, he's going to throw the Molotov that stops Teses from pushing initially, and because there's no Molotov on Teses, he can stay towards the second ramp, gets blinded by Kaden's flashbang, and will later get the kill onto him. In this round, we're going to see a very similar play. Teses will throw the exact same utility. Teses will wait in the smoke, get blinded by one of the Astralis players' flashes, and will later get flashed in by refresh. And you notice when he goes through the smoke, he's going to be looking towards here, as any CTs who are holding the smoke would get blind and would probably be trying to fall off. But once he's cleared this general area where it's common for CTs to hold or play from, he's going to check behind him, as the CT could either be running through the smoke or could be behind it. And from here, he's done his job by getting ramp control. But from here, he is going to die from sandbags. Now let's take a look at how you can take ramp control through ramp. In this round, Kaden's managed to make his way up yellow, and Teses and refresh are spamming towards short/yellow. Likely they're trying to pre-fire anyone coming out of this corner, or trying to get their attention so when they do peek, Kaden's in position to get a kill. And it's worth noting as well, whenever Heroic take ramp control, they will usually have one play towards yellow and the rest towards ramp. If you hear one of the players can hold yellow, and they can also wrap the CTs who are trying to defend ramp, if they're playing on areas such as crane or sandbags. So once everyone's in position, they're going to slowly start pushing up, and when they push up, if you notice refresh and Teses are wanting to try and fight together. So if a CT was holding the angle like in this example right here, going to be pretty much a 2v1 for them, and if they did die, they'll get traded. But unfortunately for Heroic, Kaden will die towards short, so refresh will take his place, and Teses will wait for Stan to come in. And it's worth noting as well, since they lost Kaden, a player could go through short and swing out towards ramp if no one was holding it. So it is important to have that area of control. Once Stan makes his way over, they're going to try to do it again. Teses will flash to get the CTs off the angle, and then they will begin the push. Teses will get the first kill, they're going to slowly start pushing up, and if you pay attention to his crosshair placement, he's going to be looking towards device, looking towards sandbags, have a quick look towards crane before not exposing himself too much towards the left side of the sandbags, and wait for peeks from either crane or sandbags. And from here they do a fantastic job in working together and being a two-man army. In this round we're going to see something similar. Teses and refresh are going to push up towards ramp together, and in this round refresh is low, so he's going to be in front, so if refresh did die he can easily get the trade. And if you want to clear sandbags, you can put your back towards yellow, aim towards here, and left click 4, and this is a super easy lineup to molotov anyone out of sandbags. Now I've seen it's quite common for Teses to go through yellow/short when trying to take ramp control, so let's have a look at it. In this round he's going to be waiting for his teammates to get close, and once they do, he's going to flash towards second ramp to get those CTs off those angles, then he will molotov short to deny any peeks from the CTs. This molotov is really important as you'll get notified if a CT is pushing, but in this round I think Teses just goes to sleep as he doesn't seem very focused when BlameF goes for the peek. And in this round we're going to see something similar. Heroic are going to flash through the smoke. Unfortunately he will get blind by it, but once he's unblind he'll molotov short and try to creep his way up, but a Heroic will just win the half. In this round Heroic are wanting to take ramp control. Teses will creep his way over, and once they're ready he's going to molotov towards the corner on yellow. This should force any CTs from there out of position, but I think the CTs mess up a little bit here, as Glaive tries to throw a ramp smoke, but unfortunately he threw the one-way yellow smoke which Heroic uses on their T side. So as a result, Teses is going to capitalize of it, and once he gets into position, he has a nice view on Defalig who's just pushing with an ult for some reason, and he'll get the opening kill onto him. And because he's killed a potential short player on A, if he wanted to, he could take the potential gamble and push up really aggressively to take map control. But once the Molotov's gone, he's going to quickly go to this angle right here. From this position, only your head is showing, and the CTs need to properly pre-aim this if they want to take care of you, which may not always be that easy. But from here, Heroic will kill Glaive, Teses will take short control with his flashbang, and they will push into the bomb site, with a two-man advantage. Now, with the angles I talked about earlier, it is something you might want to play if you're just freezing or want to get a potential opening kill for your team. In this round, Teses is coming over towards the ramp, and he's going to be looking towards these two angles right here. And you definitely want to be checking behind this pillar right here, as a CT could be hiding behind it, and you won't have any visibility of him until they swing out or you hard clear him. But once he's checked it, he'll stay in this angle right here, where as mentioned before, it can be difficult to pre-aim you. He's going to quickly check for the boost just in case, and he's going to be waiting around for his team, before placing himself into this angle right here, looking towards the door. From a CT's POV, if they were wanting to push out of short, they may look towards these sandbags right here, before maybe trying to pre-aim the angle underneath the ramp, where Teses was playing previously. Probably higher tier opponents may clear this, but your angle should be good enough to get the kill if they do push. But from this position, Teses will check his short and behind just in case. When looking at Teses' POV, I've noticed he's entering quite a lot. Commonly he takes the lead into pushing into an area first, and will try to get map control or an opening kill. He's very coordinated. Heroic is no doubt the best team in terms of team play in the world. And from what I've seen in Teses' eyes, you can see it. And lastly, he is playing a very risky role. When Teses needs to go in first or is aggressing, it is very much a risk due to how easy it is for him to miss utility, get spammed, or swarmed by nades. If you have any plays or positions you want me to break down next, feel free to put in the comments below and I'll have a look. Maybe you need a pistol for the T side of overpass? Well, I highly recommend checking out the video I've done for Apeks when they pop out on B, as it might just get you a good start. Apart from that, thanks for watching, see you in a bit.